Hi, welcome back to another video. This is Britt here over at Planning with Britt, and I'm going to plan the week of October the 20th through the 26th. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. Okay, so we're back for another weekly plan with me. I'm doing a little bit of batch filming, so we won't be flipping through like last week. I'm filming a few of these weeks kind of close together because of CPC coming up and me going to be gone. And I just want all of my weeks planned out so that I can plan as they come. And so there's some content here. So I'm going to talk about what I'm using this week and then we'll get going. Again, same as usual, my Japanese 0.35 whatever this lovely pen is. I'm going to use a Furunosuke. I want this is the hard tip. I'm going to look and see if I can find the soft tip close by. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I'm digging in my pencil bag. So I have a Moxie Life pencil bag, one of these stand-up ones. I love it. It's been awesome. It's getting a little dirty because of the light color on the canvas, but let's see, this one's also not, it's a calligraphy pen, not the one I'm looking for. We may just have to go with, hey, you know what, we might try to write over it with a Sharpie pen instead. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I also have several micro perms right here that I can grab. Wanting to write over the headers when I use the marker because it's not showing up. So we'll start with those and see. I'm using this Crayola Super Tips in this dark brown kind of color. You're gonna have to pardon the dog walking in the back. She's very, very loud. This is a mild liner and it's in the color Copper. And then this Tombow in 79. And then I pulled out various washi. I have this orangish colored grid. I have a different Paisley Pumpkins that I used last week. I think it's different. This one's from 2020. I think the other one was from 2021 and it had more colors. But we're going to try to make some of these work. I'm going to maybe use this gunmetal up here. I don't think the ghosts go with the colors I have. There is a little bit of pink, but there's not really ghost kind of theme in what I'm using. But these are some pretty old, not different 2020 Halloween kind of washi from Simply Gilded. We did the pumpkins. I'm going to use the pistachio with the kind of copper colored bow. That was from July of 2021, all Simply Gilded. And then maybe this Enchanted Eve Stardust. So, and that was from 2021. So that's kind of my thoughts here as far as washi goes. And then I'm using some, still kind of rocking out with some leftover sheets from my shop, some overstock. This kit's called Finally Fall. This is page 3. This would go with the 7x9 vertical weekly. And so it has date covers, date dots, a little bit of deco, and some functional items. So I have this sheet. I have sheet 2 from the vertical 7x9 set. It's got one full box and some washi, and then tons of other boxes. And then the deco sheet. So that's what I'm working with to start. We'll see how that winds up or what else I end up needing. But for now, let's get going. Okay. So we'll start as we normally do with the basic weekly plan here. And because I'm planning a little far in advance, I don't have a lot of like details of things happening for the week. A couple of things I know about, but not all. So we'll start on Mondays with water plants. I don't have to feed them because I would have done that the week before. This is going to be prep for Carmen. Carmen is the housekeeper. She comes every other week and does some cleaning for us. This is memory keep. Still working on trying to get that to happen on Wednesdays or even at all because it's not like even I'm doing it a different day than Wednesday. Weigh in on Thursday. Friday is finances. That's when I spend paying some bills, taking care of anything that needs to be dealt with money-wise. Saturday is zone clean time. And then Sunday is to plan. And a weekly reset. By a weekly reset, there's just lots of things that need to be done in my house to get us ready to go for, like, you know, the following work week. I know for sure that I have a stakeholders meeting here. I think this is number 3, and I'm pretty sure that it's at 4:30. I'm working concession stand this night. My last concession stand for this year. So excited to be done. And that starts about 5 p.m. I think that's kind of all that I know of at the moment. There's probably other things that'll come up or whatever, and we'll add that in as they come. I'm going to start with making my little headers with the markers normally do. I put my weekly action, so I use the Moxie Life goal setting system. You can go back and find a video. I would link it in the cards, but I'm really not sure how to do that. But I have a video about my October goals and my quarter 4 goals. If you want to check those 2 videos out, there on my channel here, and then you can see that I use the weekly actions here, and then I reflect for that week on this following page here. So that's how that works out. Habits, we're going to leave them the same as they've been. We're going to leave them the same all month, and we'll reevaluate in November if needed. All right, so, and then I track meals over here. So what we'll do is I'm going to fill in, regular pen is what I want. I'm going to fill this in. And then I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen. We're going to give that a shot first. What do we think? Do we think that's going to work for us? I am going to find my little paper and kind of keep it handy. I use this to try to keep things from smearing. I love this Cosmo Airlight paper, the B7 or Cal paper, whatever they call it. I think it was Cal, now it's called B7, but it does take a second for things to dry. The Sharpie pen writes pretty nicely over the marker. My little Japanese pen has just not been performing really well, and I have to write over it multiple times, and it looks kind of messy. So there's weekly actions. This column is for to do. This one is habits, and finally meals. And then I use this column here to do some content tracking of things that I post. So that I will set up here briefly. Okay, so we're gonna add some washi here. I look at the washi, decide which ones we want to use. I kind of think most all of them. The Stardust fits okay. It's got some Halloween kind of things in it. I'm not really sure. There's moons. Maybe some other little things in there, but I think it's still gonna go fine. I really like the chocolate with this kind of copper bow, and I like a couple of these paisley pumpkins too. Maybe top and bottom we'll probably use. I wanted to use the gunmetal because of this kind of taupey color, but now that I'm looking at it, like, this looks a little too cool for that. And then this grid washi may be used as a filler when I need some. So we're going to go with that. We're going to start with this Enchanted Eve Stardust. Goodness. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one started. It feels like that's where the thing is. Yep, it is. I had to pull some off and cut some off because I have damaged that a little bit with my nail. All right, so we'll use the washi cutter and remove some of that edge that I damaged. Jeez, it doesn't want to stick to this either. It was very stuck to itself, but doesn't want to stick down to the desk for me to use it. Okay, let's try. Some of this washi is getting non-sticky, and that makes me kind of sad. It does make me pleased that I kept just this amount. Here went the washi card in the floor. We'll cut with these. That I kept just a small amount and got rid of the rest because I knew that some of this was going to ruin because it just doesn't last. And it's not a problem with the quality of this washi or anything like that. It's just the nature of the beast for something that's made with adhesive. Adhesives break down over time. So it's fine. And I keep doing that too, going too far. It'll be all right. All right. So we got some of that. We're going to set the gunmetal aside, but we are going to use the pumpkins. And then maybe some of the grid. I'm going to go back up top with this darker one since I have darker down here, and then I'll use the orange down here. Yeah, so these washis from 2020 are a little rough. 2020, 2021. And I have some that are even older than that on these cards, so interesting. Interesting times. But I am pleased that I made the decision to do this just to keep small amounts of washi so that I wouldn't let a lot of it go to waste. I'd be more sad if these were full rolls that I was trying to use here and they were not going really well. All right, so get a little bit of washi down. I am beginning to get excited for CPC. I've not ever been. If you've been to CPC or you're going this year, leave a comment because I'd like to meet up with you or chat about it or whatever you're thinking. I have made some purchases for CPC that I thought I might make a video of to share what I purchased. I'm not sure how much of a memory keeper journal I'm going to set up before I go. I really think I'm probably going to operate on using a notebook to take notes and then doing the memory keeping stuff after I'm home. Okay, so most of this is pretty good. I'm going to put some deco here. I do usually put some deco down on this bottom area. I don't use a ton of it because I do use a large chunk of the area to fill in my weekly actions. But I never really need, I probably should have rethought that. That's okay. I never really need the full section. So, and I usually put some deco here if I have space, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need that or not. We're going to fill in some places here for content tracking. I like the little 3 set down here at the bottom. I've been using that for reels. So the 3 little set for reels, and then I've been using these rounded boxes up here for posts, just still picture posts that I still post on Instagram occasionally. Actually, try to post a little more than occasionally, but it doesn't always happen. And then I'm going to use one of these. I'm also attempting to squeeze in a Facebook group post. It was a goal to do a little bit of more, a few of those more of that this quarter. I'm not very good about keeping up with my Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group called Planning with Britt, same as the channel name here, but I'm not the best at posting. I will post when there's sales and things like that, but other than that, I don't do the best. So let's go to over here. So I flip over. I do my weekly reflections here on this page. And I have stickers in my shop that I use for those. I never have made any weekly action stickers, which I could, but my weekly actions vary every time. So the weekly reflections, the sheet is pretty much used, but looks like this. It says weekly reflections, adjustment, my wins, what's working, what isn't working, lessons learned. And so I use these stickers and put them down this page and I write what I need. And I do usually go back and add some washi and some deco, but I like to do all my writing and reflecting prior to that so I know what I want to do. Okay, so I have been using the date headers from this sheet. I like this size the best in this planner. I've tried I have a Hobonichi Cousin Daily kits. I've tried that size, but they are wider and bigger. But this one I think has really been the best size for my preference in this planner. I've not been using the date dots because I don't want to white this out and then put the date here. I just haven't been doing that. So these are actually made with space for the date dot to go there. But like I said, then I have to white that number out or cover it with some washi or do something else. And I just don't really want to do that. So I just haven't. I've been rocking along with what I'm doing here. And so I haven't, I've just been using this and not using the date dots. I don't mind. It says here and the date's there. Works fine for me. I don't normally go through and put all the date dot things down first, but why not? You know, just why not? So changing it up every time. If you want like super perfection or super like that kind of thing, my channel might not be the one that you want to watch because I just don't really live my life that way. And I definitely don't plan that way. All right, so we're going to use some of this washi at the bottom. I just think it's nice. And since this page doesn't have to match another one, hey, that's almost the perfect width. A little bit too long, but I'm okay with it. And we're going to add a little bit of deco here on this page. So my planner's getting very thick in this area because of the deco. So I've been trying to add deco like in different places. So we're going to go kind of across the page here. We got tree. Let's put some blankets down. And then maybe a coffee. That sounds like a perfect afternoon. A coffee with a blanket and sit in the park. Maybe read a book or something. Would be awesome. Yeah, except where I live, it's still been too warm really for fall weather. We haven't been blessed with much cooler weather yet. I am definitely ready, but it doesn't happen. Still hitting the 80s and 90s nearly every day. My hibiscus is still blooming. My peppers are growing like crazy right now, which is good. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of ready. I wanted to like get my house decorated for fall, but it's so hard to even get in the mood to decorate when it's so hot outside. Like I'm wearing shorts. I don't feel like fall when I'm wearing shorts, but I tell you one thing it has not stopped me from doing, has not stopped me from consuming pumpkin spice lattes every time I get a chance and we're close to Starbucks. So that part of fall is still happening for me, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's fine with me. I'm making it happen. I will always do that either way, just because they're only available for a pretty limited time, and I feel like I don't want to miss out. So all right, we're going to put that across there, and then we're going to come to this side and put some other things here. Let's do another piece of this washi. I said I did it on Monday because it didn't have to match another page, and I don't even really ever make these pages match, so I'm not even sure why that was like a thought or consideration, because I really don't match the washi or anything on them. I could probably like make this a double, like, 2-page widespread and share all the things, but I have not done that really at all yet. So we're going to put a full box up here in this corner because I have this pretty full box with the like gingham print in the back. I love it. I'm not going to put any other deco over there now. Thursday, we'll find some more washi. What washi have we used? We used just the paisley pumpkins. I'm going to go back and use the thin chocolate washi if I can find where it ends. Yep, here. Again, problematic getting it to lift up. This washi is much better as far as the stickiness goes. I think it's not as broken down, but it's from 2021, so it's a year newer than the other one. And I'll pick the washi card up, and now I have lost it. Oh, I hear it. Lost it again. So yeah, the pumpkin spice latte hasn't stopped me. I do enjoy all things pumpkin. So as far as like food and things, if you are you a pumpkin fan, or do you not like pumpkin? Leave me a comment down below because I'm curious. I know there's some people that just really don't like it. Another little controversy thing that I kind of want to ask is candy corn. What's your thoughts on candy corn? I like candy corn. I know a lot of people do not care for candy corn, and I just really haven't been able to figure that out, because I really do enjoy it quite a lot. But yeah, I know there's lots of people that are like completely anti candy corn. My favorite way to consume candy corn though is with something salty. So I had a principal several years ago. If you're new here, I teach high school. A principal's wife made us little like snack cups at Halloween, and they had candy corn and just regular like cocktail peanuts mixed in, and they were the best thing ever. I loved it, and there were several people again like don't like candy corn, and so they didn't want their little cups. So I took a couple extras from people that were like, I don't want this, and I snacked on them over a couple of days, and I really enjoyed it. So I started kind of doing that myself. I buy a bag of candy corn when they come on sale in the fall, and I will mix them up with some peanuts, and I'll eat them until they're done. So I buy the kind of larger bag of candy corn, and then 1 can of cocktail peanuts. I mix that in a Ziploc and snack on it, and then when that's done, I'm done. Yeah, I don't I will get tired of it soon. And candy corn are great by themselves also, but I really enjoy them the way that they in that like salty and sweet kind of together. It's really pretty fabulous. I'm gonna put just some pumpkins across this one. There's Friday, and then we'll do Saturday and Sunday. All right, so we need to figure out some washi for here. We've used the lighter. I haven't used the darker of the the paisley pumpkins. We'll try it again, and these are a little sticky, or unsticky really. So we'll see if I can get it to lift up and lay down nicely. Do you have a different fall treat that you like? But I really am curious about the anti-candy corn. I have so many people hate candy corn. The one candy I can think of, which is not fall related, so we're way off topic here. But one thing I don't like that a lot of other people do is Peeps. I'm not a Peeps fan in any capacity. And I know a lot of people love the Peeps, and I do not. I don't really care for marshmallow in general, so that could be part of it. But definitely don't like the Peep. Yeah, we do a lab at school in the springtime when Peeps are kind of out and about, and they're like a hot commodity close to Easter. And we use a vacuum pump, and we shrink the Peep and then like expanding by using pressure, and the kids always find joy in that little situation. Kind of running out of deco. Most of this is smaller. This is one of my older kits that's been around for a while. I can tell a difference in like the outlines on my stickers and some other things here, but it's okay. I still love them. I have so many fall kits in my shop. It is honestly ridiculous how many fall kits I have. It is my favorite season to decorate in my planner. Oh, maybe that's why I have so many, but yeah, let's see. We got, what other kind of washi have we not used yet? You know, we didn't use it all was the grid, and I think we can use that. We'll go mostly across the bottom. This is not Simply Gilded. I think I purchased this on Amazon or somewhere. You can tell when you grab it that it is not that kind of quality of washi, but it's still great filler. And I like to have it in several colors, and I use it in several places. And it's very thin, which sometimes is nice to keep from bulking up my... It's thin, so it's nice to keep from bulking up my planner, because really, honestly, this poor thing is getting very, very thick. So we're a little more than halfway through with the planner. It started in July, so it's a July start, but this is, you know, all the way through now, and it's pretty thick. Now, I have used stickers and a few tip-ins and some other things, but it is pretty thick. And then we've got this much area left in the back. So yeah, so there's that. I'm gonna add, I guess we'll just do some florals. This time I've got some random of these fall florals here. I just tore that one. It stuck to my finger a little too much. Jeez Louise. Okay, we're gonna leave that one be. I have no idea what we just did there, but problematic for sure. My finger is sticky from grabbing onto that washi, I think, and kind of that gummy sticky, like not good. Not good, kind of sticky. I'm just kind of randomly throwing these florals all over this page, which probably won't be bad. I'll just have to write all around it, which is fine. I've been kind of just freestyling on these pages with kind of whatever and however it feels like for the day. I haven't been super consistent with any kind of like structure, so that is perfect, and that's how that's been working out for me. So I talked about that before. Initially, I've foreseen myself like time blocking here and then journaling on this side of the page, and I was in the beginning like drawing lines and dividing the page, but honestly, I don't journal like Dear Diary, here's my feelings very often. There's like maybe a couple of times a month that I do that. And then for time blocking, I teach school. So Monday through Thursday, we're a 4-day school week, but at our district, but Monday through Thursday from here to here-ish, you know, 5:30 or so, I'm at work. So this whole block is, I don't keep my work task in here. I do that at work in a teacher planner. So this time blocking, and then so I just kind of write like as we go, big things that I've seen for the day, however I feel like doing that. And yeah, so this is this. If you would like me to flip through my teacher planner sometime and show you kind of how I do that. Now I teach high school and I have 3 preps, so it may be like different than like an elementary school teacher. I don't do too much decorating, that kind of thing, but I don't mind making a video and flipping through here if it's something you would like for me to share. Leave me a comment down below if you're interested in that, and we'll look back at the week. So here's my horizontal page, dashboard page, weekly page, dashboard page. I don't know how you want to call that, but whatever it is. I do my weekly reflections here at the end of the week. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're all set up for the week of the 20th through the 26th. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you like what you see here, all things planner, paper, stationery, all the things, like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so that when I upload, you are notified. And if you're interested in the way I do my goal setting or the Moxie Life system in this planner, then check out those videos a little further back on my YouTube page. Thank you again. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.